Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tim Shaves, and today we're going through another shave with some familiar products. Have a 48-hour growth. Excited to reduce that down to a clean, smooth face. Alright, as for the razor I'm using, this is the Razorock Baby Smooth. Excellent razor, made of aluminum, but it feels very durable. Has some better weight to it than other aluminums in my opinion. Aluminiums, and that's the geometry of the head. The blade exposure and the blade gap is small. I think it's got a slightly positive angle on the blade angle. But it was an excellent razor. I'm using it with a Voshkod blade on its third use. Hopefully it gets better with the uses. I've heard that Voshkod blades, the first couple uses are a little tough, but it gets better as it breaks in. So for that. As for the brush, I have featured this on the channel before. This is the Craving Shaving, a shade of Jade custom brush with the Oumo 26mm super high density hand master knot. This is an excellent brush. It's lofted a bit higher than I would like, but it's still beautiful. It's got a good splay on it. It splays well on the face. It does have some trouble hogging the lather, but I'm gonna see if I can control that by loading heavier and just working it in a bit more. But that said, it's an amazing little brush. It's got that jade-like green tint to it with some swirls around from Craving Shaving. Alright, I'm going to be using this for today. As for the soap, I've used this before, but it has been a while. This is the Proraso Red sandalwood scent. The scent is very deep, complex. It's on the stronger side as well. I really didn't like it at first, but it's neutral now. It's a tad too strong for me, a tad too complex for me. But yeah, just wanted to try it out. It seems like sandalwood is like the go-to scent for a lot of shaving soaps. So I thought that was like the go-to soaps, but it turns out I don't like sandalwood as much. I like it in small amounts, but this is pretty dominant in sandalwood scent. So I'll also use it, but just not my favorite. That said, shall we begin? Got a 48-hour growth. Let me wet my face. Let's start loading. Alright, let me squeeze out the water a bit. Dip it under lukewarm water. Excuse me. Gonna squeeze out all the water. Alright, got a bit of water in there. Very nice density. The brush, I'm gonna start loading. Here we go. Got some, let me see the gel tips right here. It's got some pretty good gel tips, I would say. Not the best around, but has a good balance between gel tips and natural hairs. Here we go. I'll start loading here. Alright, so there are a good amount of water on the brush. It's loading pretty well, I'd say. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm definitely going to load as heavy as the tub is pretty small and the brush is, yeah, it splays out splays out a lot compared to the tub. So I'm just going to make sure I load enough on this. Yeah. It looks a bit dry, as you guys can see. I'm gonna add slightly touch of water to this here. just to make sure the lather stays hydrated. And as for Proraso, it's not the best performing lather out there, but it works. It's kind of that traditional Italian soap. It does the job. It's not the slickest, not the creamiest, but it builds up a lather and does the job. So I'll just leave it at that. Alright, I think this is a pretty dry lather, so I'll leave it and work it in by adding some more water in between. Now, okay, that looks pretty dry, but it's fairly packed on the brush, so let's work with this. Let's see how this works. Let me wipe my face one more time. Alright, get all the excess lather off this tub. Get it on my face as a pre-shave. Alright. I could already smell the soap just from the face. It's a very strongly scented soap, so I would say if you like strong scents of sandalwood, I think it had some floral in it too. Not a lot, but it's got a good mix of strong scents. So it's not too bad. I got this at an Italian barber for when it was on sale. I think it was for like $5 or maybe even less. But yeah, try to get some good deals on this. On Amazon they sell it for $10, but I don't think it's. You can get it for $10, but there's a lot of better deals out on other sources. So just look for a good deal on these Proraso products, and you can definitely use it well to your advantage. Alright, get that started. And I'm definitely going to need some water, or need to add some water to this lava, as it's very dry. So let's start with this and see how it goes. Here we go. Now this brush tends to hog lava, so I'm gonna try to work it in, make sure it's got a full lava before, before shaving. Here we go. That is pretty pasty, but that's a good sign for this brush, because it's hard to get pasty with this. As it is very dense and tends to hold a lot of water as well. But let me add some more water to this. You definitely display now. I'm not getting a good feeling here. I feel like this lather is somewhat lacking. Might need some more water, or just feel like it didn't pick up a lot of lather in this for some reason. I'm gonna keep hydrating and see how it goes. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of water, but not a lot of lather is building on here. If you guys can see, it's There's definitely a problem with this brush. It's hard to get this brush working for some reason. Just need to work it in a bit more. Just take some time. Excuse my lathering time. I tend to drag this on for a good amount of it. But I feel that especially for this brush, I need to work it in to make sure I get enough lather for the subsequent passes. I don't know if this is dry or it definitely looks dry, but it also looks airy for some reason. I'm gonna add more water to this, see how it goes. Yeah, it's kind of a foamy lava. I know I could work it a lot better than this for this lava, but it's kind of dissipating on me. I don't think I loaded well with this brush. It definitely looked dry and pasty, and this doesn't pick up a lot of soap in my opinion. But I could definitely work with this. It's not the best, but yeah, let's see how it goes. It definitely doesn't look dry. Maybe it's hard to tell between dry and airiness thin lava, especially with this brush. But let's just go see how it feels. All right, first pass through. Razorock Baby Smooth with Voshkod on its third use. Yeah, it's definitely dry, but I feel like even if I add more lava or add more water, it doesn't hydrate it. I don't know why. Let me just add some more water here. Yeah, it's just becoming thinner. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. My only explanation is that I didn't load it well enough. And that didn't add enough water to begin with to the brush. But yeah, let's just leave it at this. see how it goes. It's not improving, so oh well. Alright, I mean, the glide is there. It's not the most slick, but definitely works. Ooh, I felt something there. The blade is feeling okay, not the worst. Yeah, but it's around the heavy grills. Not giving me a lot of good slickness. I'm kind of concerned for the second pass. I don't know what's left of this brush, but let's see how it goes. Now let's rinse it off. Alright, let's go for a second. I might have to reload the soap for some reason. It's not loading very well in the beginning. Alright, here we go. It's got a little bit, but it's fading away. It's thinning out. Yeah. Just gonna look at this. It's very thin. I probably added too much water to this. Proraso, it's one of the soap that can't take this much water. But I tried keep on adding it to it. It's not working out too well. Definitely not my favorite lathering session. But let's see if I can just work with this thin layer. I mean, it'll work. Just, it's not enjoyable. Alright, here we go. It provides just enough slickness to work with. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time loading this soap with this brush and strategically, because just mindlessly loading does not work. All right. And it's nice that this blade does not, or this razor, does not have any overhang, so it's easy to go under the nose with it or across the nose. Alright, let's rinse up and go for a cleanup pass. Yeah, there is very low residual thickness. It's not like Sterling or other soaps, but it is what it is. Alright, can I get something out of this? Holy moly. That is not a lot. Alright, let me see if I can squeeze out something. It's gonna be... there's a good amount in there, but it is still very watery. Yeah, as you guys can see. But let me just spread this across and see if this will work. Yep, I'm pretty unsatisfied with today's session, but I'm just going to have to improve and see how I can get this better next time. Alright, I'm definitely gonna be using the same setup next time, trying to make this work. Alright, here we go. Cross the grain cleanup pass. Alright. Double chin pass. Yeah, I could definitely feel the drag across my skin. Was not pleasant, but it still did the job. Let me rinse up and see how it went. Alright. Yeah, that's a pretty good shave. The DFS. There's not a lot of residual thickness left, but I mean I'm done with the shave, so it doesn't really matter. Let's go over the products really quick. Razorock Baby Smooth with Voshkod on its third use. It worked. Didn't give me irritation. It did drag or tug a bit, some heavy growth, but it did the job. I think I'm going to be continuing this on for a couple more uses. As for the brush, Craving Shaving, a shade of Jade brush with Oumo 26mm, super high density, hand master knot. This one's it's a tough little bugger. It doesn't like to work with me. As you guys can see, there's not a lot of lather left. It's hard to load with this, especially because it's hollow loft, and it just doesn't scrape up a lot of soap because it's got so soft tips. So I'm gonna have to experiment with this and see how to gather more soap in the beginning, because definitely is not working. Even if I put in more water, it's not exploding into lava. So it's what it is. It's for the soap, Proraso Red. It's got medium slickness. It's slightly creamy, but it's a good working soap. Not the best out there, not the worst, but it'll work for your shave. As you guys can see, even though I had a pretty bad lather, it still did the job, even with the thin and kind of dissipating lather. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are having some good shaves. I'll definitely be coming back with a similar setup just to work with this little bugger here. But this is Tim Shaves, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.